All right, we're live again. For whatever reason, my phone didn't let me actually save that live, but no worries. I have backup. There's an app that does it for you. And if you don't know about that app, well, I'll let you know about that soon. But let's get back on with Elinatan. All right. Waiting, they're going to be in the ancient Near Eastern galleries, probably right between Cyprus and Art of Arab Lands and ancient Persia. All right, we're back on. Give me a view. You're in Art of Arab Lands based on it. Switch the screen. I want to show you around. All right, really cool. Faience, blue glazing technique from Egypt. Move out. Let me see where you're at. I think you're in Art of Arab Lands.
We are.
Okay, so I would like to direct you to a specific room, but I need you to move out so I see where you're at. I think you've moved a little bit far too in. That wasn't where I was planning on taking you, but we can go there too. If you would trace your steps, the Seljuks. Okay, you're way far too in for what I was trying to show you. Zoom out a bit so I can see the room.
1 second.
Sure.
Oops.
Hey, that's cool. What's in there?
Hold
What is that?
on. Yeah, it tells you.
Nishapur, excavations at Nishapur. Well, something to learn.
How would you fit in?
Well, I like looking at the geometric shapes. It's something that the Muslims were really, really good at. Those medallions with all kinds of crisscrossing hexagonal shapes, curves and swirls, really neat. The kind of things, wow, that's a really cool pattern. You also see the Magen David there, Magen David.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a geometric shape. It's some of their designs you can actually draw them on a notebook if you have either a square or triangular ruled notebook. This would be triangular.
See the Magen David?
Yeah. It's really cool. It's hexagon-based shapes. Isn't that cool?
Very.
So enjoy. Find something you like,
Let's go back. I want to go to the place you want us to go.
I want to show you something. I want to show you one of the few Jewish things at the Met that's in one of those rooms. So head towards the main floor where you got up off the stairs. But keep the camera so I can see where you're at. I want to show you something. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, straight ahead. That's the ancient Near Eastern art. Now, I want you to take a look. Okay, stop right there. All right, take a right. Take a right, and look for a big silver head.
Look, it's your favorite friend.
You've gone too far. Take a right. Turn right. Look for a big silver head.
This guy?
This guy. Now, do you remember a guy from the Gemara, from the Talmud, whose name is Shvur Malka?
Yes.
That's him. King Shapur II. He's mentioned many, many times in Gemara. Many times.
Oh, this was him.
This was the guy. He was, as you can see, he was a big head. No, but
he's got an orb over his head.
Yeah, but there's a whole story with his daughter and so on in the Gemara. But anyway, so Shvur Malka, he was from the Sasanian Persian Empire who controlled Babylon in the time that the Talmud Bavli was written.
Wow.
So first of all, this is Persia. Take a look at some stuff from that period of time, weapons and stuff. Yeah.
So that's a helmet. From Persia.
Yep.
Cool. I see head.
So that's just one thing. So you notice.
That's a bowl.
Something from the time. Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. Now, one story about Shvur Malka. Just give me just a moment, and then we'll take you to Purim. We'll show you some really cool stuff. Yeah, look, that's a famous story. That's a famous scene from their stories. I forgot what it is. It's one of their mythological stories, legend stories.
Amazing.
Okay, so now you are in ancient Near East. Now you moved a little too far in. I wanted to show you something really, really cool. Before you do that, turn back those statues you were showing us before. Now, David, I want to do something a little bit interactive with you. Okay, yeah, right there. Take a look. Look up. Look up. You see that bull? That big bulla?
Yeah.
All right, that bull would have been several stories higher, holding up the ceiling beams of the palace of Achashverosh.
No way.
That's the guy. That's the one.
Oh, here's the
Persepolis.
Let me ask you something, David. How long was the party of Achashverosh?
Which one?
The one that he made in Shushan.
180 days.
How? That's now 100. That's half a year. If you were at a friend's birthday party, how long would you spend there before getting bored?
2 hours.
2 hours. 180 days. Where do you put everyone? How do you keep him busy? What do you do? Right? You can't. Don't touch anything. So take a look at that picture with those standing pillars right there. That was Persepolis, which is a copy of the same palace that they had in Shushan, built by Xerxes, Achashverosh. That is a massive, massive palace, and that's what we have left of it. It was destroyed by Alexander the Great. Now look closely at the stairs leading up to the main entrance room, which used to be lavishly built. Do you see those images of people? That's each one was painted looking different as people from different countries who are coming to bring gifts to the king. And when you see that, you get really impressed. Wow, look at this massive kingdom, and everybody's coming to the king. Now, to the right of that are two fragments of those stairs of people giving gifts. Right? Actual fragments. David, I want you to tell me what you think those gifts are.
Anteater.
What is that? An anteater. That's the second time I heard that. An anteater. I like it. What's the second one? What do you think is inside that?
An etrog.
An etrog. Is that Rabbi? Not that I think it's a Pokemon ball.
It's a Pokemon ball. I think it's a giant coffee bean.
I thought of that giant coffee bean, and to the left I think is a blob.
It's a blob.
It comes from Blobland.
Looks like melting jello.
Melting jello from the land of Jalabia. He's wearing a jalabia.
Yeah, he's a jula.
Yeah, a big jula. Isn't that cool? Now, turn to your left and look for a glass case that has a gold and a silver drinking cup. Look at those. I want to show you some cool things. First of all, that drinking cup. I'm going to ask you, David, to try to figure out, if you're holding that, the silver one, how do you put it down without it spilling?
You don't.
Good. Very good. You just keep drinking. Now, how do you drink?
Upside down.
Now, how would you be drinking out of it?
With the straw.
Don't be a barbarian. You don't get the thing dirty with your mouth. Remember, you're eating with your hands. Take a look between its legs. Take a look between its legs.
Right here.
That's interesting.
You see that hole?
Yeah.
The wine would be shooting out of it. In Hebrew, it's called a mizrak because it's zorek. It shoots out. Remember, how do we drink wine for royalty? Leil HaSeder, the Seder night. How do you drink wine?
Leaning.
Bahaseva. If you're leaning and holding that in your right hand, how are you supposed to drink out of it if you're drinking from the top?
Right.
So the top is for refills. And this is shooting out of your mouth. Now, the way to remember what it is called, what hand are you holding it in, David?
Yad in the left hand.
Well, you're leaning on your left, right?
Right.
That is called a right-on.
You serious?
Yeah, that's how you remember it.
Hold on 1 second. You want to join it in the future? He gives tours on Sundays usually. We found a new person who wants to join your tours.
How you doing?
You say again?
I just want to be illustrating.
So I'm looking for source material.
Well, you're looking at stuff from Achashverosh. If you want to see something really cool, it's a few rooms in. It's a jug which it says Xerxes the Great in 4 languages on it.
He has a jug inside. He can't hear you because I have the AirPods. I said inside there's a jug that says Xerxes the Great in 4 languages on it. He hasn't ordered. If you want, this guy's very good. His name is Rav Nachliel. Nachch. Say good. Selavan.
Here,
Selavan.
take a look at what I just texted on the screen. That's my website and my company.
That's his website, Torah Intermedia. Look him up online. You'll find him.
What is your name? What's your name?
What's your name?
Benjamin Marcus.
Benjamin Marcus. Nice to meet you, and I love the hat.
Nice to meet you, and love the hat.
Yeah, really like the hat.
Please be in touch.
Pleasure.
That's really cool, huh?
Cool, eh?
Now take a look. There's a golden. Look, that's also a golden one. Now these are kle zahav v'chesef, kelim mikelim shonim. There was so much gold and silver in the Persian Empire. These are from the palace of the Achaemenid Persian Empire, which includes Daryavesh, Koresh, Achashverosh, Artaxerxes, all the good kings we talk about in the Persian Empire. That's their dynasty. Klei Zahav v'Chesef. Take a look at that bowl. Can you see the writing on that bowl? The little bola, the bowl.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get the light. Here we go.
Good, we see it. Now that bowl is also from the palace in Persepolis and Shushan. They had so many of them, they just wouldn't even bother with the dishwasher. Just toss it out. So much.
Wow. So
it's ridiculous. Now take a look who it says it's from. There's a plaque there. Read it to us, yeah?
Gold, Iran, archaeology, period, reign of Darius the first or second?
Daryavesh. It's Daryavesh the first or the second. Daryavesh the great king. Isn't that cool? And it says it in 3 different languages. Right? How does that play into the story of Purim?
From all the different nations of the world.
Now, if you want to see something that really knocked your socks off, take a look to the right. In that there, first of all, you'll see more kinds of that's from the palace as well, and that used to be colorful. Can you tell David what kind of weapon he's holding? You only see the top of it. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with what he's wearing on his back.
Bow and arrows.
That's the bow.
Right, and in his back is a
quivers.
Mm-hmm. So these are kashat. This is a guard of the palace. You want to know what Bigtan Vaterish may have looked like? This is the royal garb of guards.
Who was the biggest guy in the Purim story?
That's a good question.
Big time.
All right. Big time. Now let's take a look. Ah, that was funny. That's funny. Now take a look at those silver bowls. Those silver bowls are typical. They're called fiali. These silver bowls are typical bowls for wine. Now remember, you're not sitting on a chair in 90 degrees like those silly Americans drinking wine. You're laying down. The way you drink is going to be different. That would probably be for like scooping up more wine or pouring wine into something. You wouldn't drink straight out of it, but that's a drinking cup.
Rav Nach, that's like a pour it down my throat.
Sort of, right? Now take a look who it says it's from.
Silver Iran.
Right? Which king is it from? Slide to the right.
Darius. Hold on.
No, slide.
Oh, Archaeology.
Right? This vessel was made in the royal house of Artaxerxes, Artaxerxes the First. That's really cool. That's one of the guys. He's in Nehemiah and Treasar. Right? Now, one of them is also from Xerxes the Great. Yeah?
Who was Xerxes the Great?
Very good. So according to several people, Mitchell first argues it also very well in some stories. Xerxes is Achashverosh. How did we get there? Listen to this. The Greeks were unable to pronounce the Persian sounding of it. It's Achshayarsha. It's 2 consonants in a row. It's like doesn't roll off the tongue, right? So they spelled it in a way that they can read, which is Hirsch. The X that we read like Americans is read differently in Greek. Okay, so it has to do with that. Now, his name is Achshayarsha, which you can see that being Achshawerosh, right? You can hear that.
Yes.
It's a whole pronunciation thing. So the harsh. That's it.
Right.
Now, why do we have the aleph there? Because in Hebrew, many times where you start a word with two consonants, you add a vowel before just to make it more pronounceable. So instead of Achshayarsha, you say Achashverosh. Achashayarsha.
Interesting.
Achashverosh. It's like Achshdar Penim. Right? So isn't that cool?
That's beyond cool. That's so interesting.
That's so interesting.
Now, you're now looking at all kinds of cool stuff, but I want you to find the big lions on the wall.
Okay, we're going there.
Look up. Show us those lions.
This is the iconic
Mach picture.
That's the picture. That's where I had Mag and David take a picture. Please do take a picture there and send it to me, okay?
He's showing me stuff.
I'm just talking. We're just talking on the phone. Yeah.
Turn on.
Are they all right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
What's
with this?
with this?
Yeah. So just switch the camera angle so we can see you and that in the background.
Yeah.
So those lions. First of all, take a look at those bricks so we can see them.
Yeah.
Those bricks are 2,500 years old. They were made by, drum roll, Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar.
Wow.
Those are from the palace of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon.
Wow. Take a picture.
Isn't that amazing? Now, what is the connection between lions and Babylon?
Lions. Thank you so much. Take a picture.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Are they letting you use the phone?
As long as I get away from him.
Yeah, it depends on the guard.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So,
lions in Babylon?
Lions of Babylon. Babylon is considered to be the first official exile, the exile of the tribe of Yehuda, and Yehuda is the lion as well, right?
Correct.
Gur Aryeh Yehuda. Now, when we sing Israel Najara, oh, wait, stay in that room. I want you to find a guy with a strimal.
A guy with a strimal?
Yeah, he's in the middle of the room. That's the sofa man. You know that scene from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where they become sofas?
No. Who's this guy?
That's the guy from Moana.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's the Rock. Now take a look right behind you in the middle of the room. We'll get back to the lions. But in the middle of the room, you'll see a guy sitting there with a strimal.
This guy.
Now, how do we know that Avraham Avinu wore a strimal?
From the statue.
Wait, don't cheat. Don't look at the sign. How do we know that Avraham Avinu wore a strimal? You know that little Hasidic...
Can't call. Why? Okay. Oh, yeah, I have to know the FaceTime.
Okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's all good.
So who is this guy?
Hey, we had a good time, though. It's good, right?
Yeah, but tell me, who is this guy?
So his name is Gudea. He's a ruler from Ur-Kasdim.
Interesting.
Now, he's from Lagash. It's in the area, in the neighborhood. It's from the Sumerian Empire. But the fun thing is that the joke is that how do we know Avraham Avinu wore a strimal? Which for Syrians, I guess, doesn't really resonate, right? Because the pasuk says, "Vayelech Avram." Can you possibly imagine him going without a strimal?
Wow.
Yeah, but that's what rulers from that area wore. That was royal headguard.
What's that swirly? Swirls go all around.
I don't know. You have to have seen an original one to know exactly what they are. They could be hair. They could be ornament. I don't know.
They loved the swirlies back then.
Yeah, I guess so. In general, hair and beards were a big deal in the ancient Near East, right? So perming everything is very big. Yeah. By the way, I'm going to let you think about that Yehuda Babylon connection. Think of the idea of what is the impact of seeing a triumphant lion conquering a proud lion. Okay? All right, stay there. That cylinder that you're looking at is written by Nebuchadnezzar. It's about his building operations in Babylon. Right, slide down a little bit, move down a little bit. That's it. That round thing was written by Nebuchadnezzar. Now, those two tablets that you're looking at are the ancient tablets that would be used for writing.
A black thing?
No, so all of that stuff that you're looking at right now, all the stuff you're looking at, if you zoom out, just so we can kind of step back so you can kind of see what's going on, this is all about the history of writing, which began in the ancient Near East as a necessity for trading, so that you can keep track of shipments and grain. That's why they invented writing. So you're seeing at the very bottom left, you'll see things that look like toys, like game pieces. You see those?
Like kids' little toys.
Those are each one represents an item, like it can be beer or a goat or something, and you'd keep a box of clay filled with them. So you'd have, let's say, this shipment contains 3 goats and 2 cases of beer and a 6-pack of whatever, and it would be signed, right, sealed. At a certain point, people wait a minute. Why do I have to make 10 of these? Let's come up with a symbol to represent it and to represent the number 10. And that's how writing evolved. Isn't that cool?
What about the Torah?
This is thousands of years before. This is way before writing was developed. This is thousands of years before Torah was given. It's like 7,000, 6,000, whatever. Now, on the top right, further up, move up. You see that broken case?
Yeah.
That is an envelope. And that's the original carbon copy. That's a carbon copy. You see that up close?
Yeah.
You keep a document and you have a copy of it. Isn't that cool? Now, the way they would write is that they would take a reed and they would poke holes into clay and then they would bake it. But what if you're in class and you don't want to carry around clay and bake? Like, how do you write and sketch with your sketch pad? You use a tablet. So that tablet in the center would be, you see how the rims are a little bit elevated so that you can fill it up with wax and sketch onto it, and then you copy it in the studio and make proper mud brick cuneiform tablets that look like little biscuits. Now we lost connection. You follow? You heard that? So each one of these has a different story. Now if you turn to the right, I'll show you 2 more things, okay? If you turn to the right of that, you see all these seals?
I see like a bowl with
these cylinders? I can't see.
There's the security guards walking around.
No, it's all right. Well, I'm going to direct you. Take a look to your right. You'll see to the right of that.
I see
seals. Those are cylinder seals, which are really, really cool because it's a technique for writing text in a compressed fashion. Think of an old flash drive. So you write around it and then you kind of roll it out. You can also keep it in a tube and you can wear it as a necklace.
Yeah, I see that. You write it and then you can roll it.
Right, you can roll it. Now the very first ones, you see it underneath the first column of cylinder seals are 2 stamp seals. You can see that one of them looks like a lion and one like an eagle. Can you see those?
One looks like a lion.
They're on the base. They're not hanging up on the display. They're on the base of the display.
One looks like flowers with tulips. And one is like someone holding a flower.
I think you're looking too far to the right. Stay on the left. Oh, there they are. Red and gray. I mean, white and gray. Yeah, you see those? Those 2 seals?
Yeah.
So those were very, very first ancient Sumerian seals. Now you think of it like this: when you want to sign a check, right? You're not the one who's preparing the check. The format of the check is made, and then you fill in the blanks. So merchants wouldn't necessarily even know how to write. They would have a scribe prepare the writing for them, and then they would sign it with their seal. So you see that seal has lions on it. Can you see up close? Lions? Like when you stamp, you see three or 5 lions. I can't really see what's going on with the phone.
I do. I see.
Okay. So those, this is what it looks like when you roll it out. It's really cool. Now these, at first they would be stamps where you just like stamp it, but then you can roll it out, and then the cylinder seals were used for other purposes. But here's the cool thing. How does this relate to romance?
You would write love letters.
Better. Simeni chachotam ali becha kachotam al zeroecha. The verse in Shir HaShirim says, place me like a seal on your heart or like a seal on your arm. How is that romantic?
You could make what's called a band, one on the arm. Like
you see how you can put a hole through it?
You can
but why is that a romantic idea to wear those things? Can you show? I'm seeing this coat. The coat's like blocking the.
Maybe because someone could write a love letter and bury on the arm of a girl.
Even better, because you're blocking with your finger. Because your stamp was your personal thing, which you kept close to your heart.
Interesting.
Simeni kachotam, and then you go through Yirmiyahu, right? Konyahu ben Yechoniah melech Yehuda ye kachotam, right? V'samtiu kachotam. A chotam is a personal thing that you wear close to your heart and you protect.
Interesting.
Isn't that cool? That brings to life a pasuk in Shir HaShirim.
Unbelievable. Because you have the knowledge and the wisdom.
Right? Now, there's one more thing I'm going to show you, and then I really have to go, but I'm going to let you guys enjoy. Okay?
I'm in that room now. I'm in the room with all those the wing.
So that is a waiting room from Ashur, from Assyria, from the city of Kalach. מן הארץ ההיא יצא אשור, ויבן את נינווה ואת רחובות עיר ואת קלח.
I just saw Rabbi Bitton from David.
Oh, tell him hello. Tell him you're with me live.
Nachliel? He's here. He's on the phone.
I can't see anything.
Rabbi sends regards.
Thank you so much.
Your father was
Can you show me who you're talking to?
in a minute, but the guards. What? Hi guys. Yeah.
I said this is backwards.
Why?
And the lady says, oh, no. And I went online, I got a picture of backwards.
Really? He gives tours. He gives tours. Hey, see?
Swing my stomach.
Oh, hi. Who's that?
It was Rabbi Bitton.
I didn't know which Rabbi Beta. All I see is black.
Because I put you in my coat. Because the guard is right there.
Oh, okay.
But what's it called? I'll tell him about your tours. He would probably love to go on a tour with you. He loves his stuff. He's very interesting.
Yeah, put him in touch with me.
I will.
I might even be there tomorrow.
So you know what? Let me be in touch with you right now. They're bugging out a little bit. They're getting cranky.
Okay, fine. So I just enjoy, walk around. That Assyrian waiting room is from the time of Eliyahu Hanavi.
But this room that I'm looking at right now.
The big waiting room is from the time of Eliyahu Hanavi.
This room.
Yeah.
Wow.
And imagine that room was colorful.
And whose palace was this?
Ashur Nasir Pal, who was the father of Shalmaneser V,
Wow.
who was of the third, who was the Shalmaneser who controlled Yehu.
Wow.
We're gonna talk. We'll talk about that another time. Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Keep me in touch with people. Send pictures. All right. We're gonna post them.
Okay.
All right. Enjoy. It's good to see you.
You too.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for taking me to the Met.